Hey there, welcome back to AI Puklse Trends. Today we're taking a deep dive into one of the most fascinating developments in conversational AI, Claude, developed by Anthropic. If you've been following the AI space lately, you've likely heard the name Claude mentioned alongside other prominent AI systems like ChatGPT and Bard. But what exactly is Claude? How does it work? And why are so many people excited about its potential to transform how we interact with artificial intelligence? Today's video will answer all these questions and more. We'll trace Claude's evolution from its early versions to the latest Claude 3.7 Sonnet, released in February 2025. We'll explore its unique approach to AI safety and ethics, examine its capabilities across various domains, and analyze how it stands apart from its competitors. Whether you're a tech enthusiast curious about cutting-edge AI, a professional looking to leverage conversational AI in your work, or simply someone interested in understanding how these technologies are reshaping our world, this video has something valuable for you. What makes Claude particularly interesting is Anthropic's focus on creating AI that's not just powerful, but also aligned with human values. Their constitutional AI approach represents a fascinating attempt to develop AI systems that are helpful, harmless, and honest. A framework that has significant implications for how we might build and govern increasingly capable AI systems in the future. So grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's explore the world of Claude AI, a system that's rapidly changing our expectations of what conversational AI can do and be. Claude wasn't born in a vacuum. To understand its significance, we need to situate it within the broader context of AI development. Anthropic, the company behind Claude, was founded in 2021 by a team of former OpenAI researchers, including Dario Amodei and Daniela Amodei. Their mission was clear from the start: to develop AI systems that are reliable, interpretable, and steerable. The company expressed concerns about the potential risks of increasingly powerful AI systems and set out to develop what they called AI safety research. Claude emerged from this philosophical foundation. Named after the anthropologist Claude Lévi-Strauss, the AI assistant was designed to be helpful, harmless, and honest, a mantra that continues to guide Anthropic's development approach. The first public version of Claude was released in late 2022 as a limited beta, but it wasn't until March 2023 that Claude 1 became more widely available. Even in these early iterations, Claude demonstrated impressive capabilities in natural language understanding, creative writing, and maintaining longer, coherent conversations compared to some competitors. In July 2023, Anthropic introduced Claude 2, which represented a significant leap forward. This version could handle up to 100,000 tokens in its context window, approximately 75,000 words, allowing for much more extensive conversations and document analysis. Claude 2 also showed improvements in reasoning, mathematics, coding, and importantly, in following complex instructions accurately. The Claude 3 family marked another major advancement when it debuted in March 2024. With three initial models, Haiku, fastest, Sonnet, balanced, and Opus, most capable, Anthropic offered different options tailored to various needs and use cases. Claude 3 Opus, in particular, demonstrated remarkable performance, outperforming many competitors on standard benchmarks for reasoning, coding, and knowledge. By mid-2024, Claude 3.5 models were introduced with further improvements in reasoning capabilities and multimodal functions, allowing the AI to process and understand both text and images. The ability to see and discuss visual content opened up entirely new use cases for businesses and developers. In early 2025, Claude 3.7 Sonnet represented the latest evolution in this impressive trajectory, with enhanced reasoning capabilities, better contextual understanding, and more refined responses, particularly for complex queries requiring nuanced thinking. What's particularly interesting about Claude's development path is Anthropic's apparent commitment to advancing capabilities while simultaneously enhancing safety measures, a balancing act that's increasingly important as these systems become more powerful. At its foundation, Claude is built on what's known as a large language model, LLM, similar in basic architecture to other systems like GPT-4. However, Anthropic has implemented several distinctive technical approaches that set Claude apart. One of Claude's most notable technical features is Constitutional AI, CAI, Anthropic's approach to AI alignment. Rather than relying solely on reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, which is the standard in the industry, Constitutional AI combines RLHF with a set of principles or constitution that guides the model's behavior. This helps the system avoid generating harmful outputs while maintaining helpfulness. Let's break down some of Claude's key capabilities. Natural conversation. Claude excels at maintaining coherent, contextually relevant conversations over extended exchanges. It remembers previous parts of the conversation and can refer back to them naturally. Reasoning and problem solving. Particularly with the 3.7 Sonnet version, Claude demonstrates strong reasoning capabilities, working through complex problems step by step and explaining its thinking clearly. Content creation. From creative writing to professional documents, Claude can generate diverse content types while adhering to specific style guidelines and formats. Code generation and analysis. Claude can write code in various programming languages, debug existing code, and explain technical concepts in accessible ways. Document analysis. With its large context window, Claude can process and analyze lengthy documents, extract relevant information, and answer specific questions about the content. Multimodal understanding. Beginning with Claude 3, the system can process and understand images alongside text, offering analysis and insights on visual content. API integration. Developers can integrate Claude into applications, websites, and workflows through Anthropic's API, enabling customized AI experiences. What's particularly impressive about Claude is not just what it can do, but how it does it. In my testing, Claude tends to be more nuanced in its responses than many competitors, acknowledging complexity and uncertainty where appropriate rather than presenting oversimplified answers. It's also notably good at following specific instructions about response format, tone, and length, something that's incredibly valuable for practical applications. What's particularly impressive about Claude is not just what it can do, but how it does it. In my testing, Claude tends to be more nuanced in its responses than many competitors, acknowledging complexity and uncertainty where appropriate rather than presenting oversimplified answers. It's also notably good at following specific instructions about response format, tone, and length, something that's incredibly valuable for practical applications. Claude's capabilities translate into a diverse range of practical applications across industries. Let's explore some of the most impactful ways organizations and individuals are using Claude today. Enterprise knowledge management. Companies with vast internal documentation can use Claude to make this information more accessible. Employees can ask questions in natural language about company policies, procedures, or historical data, and Claude can quickly find and summarize relevant information. This dramatically reduces time spent searching through documents and ensures more consistent application of organizational knowledge. Content creation and editing. Marketing teams, writers, and content creators use Claude to draft blog posts, social media content, and other materials. Claude's ability to adapt to different tones and styles makes it particularly valuable for generating diverse content types, from technical documentation to creative narratives. Its strength in editing and refining existing content also helps streamline the revision process. Customer support augmentation. Many companies have integrated Claude into their customer service workflows. The AI can handle routine inquiries, freeing human agents to focus on more complex issues. Claude's natural conversational abilities and understanding of nuance make these interactions feel more human than traditional chatbots. Research assistance. Researchers across disciplines are using Claude to help literature reviews, summarize academic papers, and generate hypotheses. Its ability to process and synthesize information from lengthy documents makes it particularly valuable for scholarly work. Software development. Developers use Claude for code generation, debugging, and learning programming concepts. Claude can explain complex technical topics clearly and generate functional code in various languages, making it a valuable tool for both experienced programmers and those learning to code. Personal productivity. Individuals use Claude as a thinking partner, writing assistant, and learning tool. From drafting emails to explaining complex topics, Claude helps people work more efficiently and effectively in their daily tasks. Healthcare documentation. Medical professionals use Claude to summarize patient notes, draft communications, and access medical information quickly. While Claude is careful to emphasize that it doesn't provide medical advice, it can help streamline administrative aspects of healthcare. Education and training. Educators use Claude to develop curriculum materials, create personalized learning experiences, and help explain difficult concepts to students. Claude's patience and ability to approach topics from multiple angles make it particularly useful in educational contexts. What's particularly noteworthy is how Claude's constitutional approach influences these applications. Users report that Claude tends to be more careful about areas where it lacks expertise, more transparent about its limitations, and more nuanced in addressing sensitive topics compared to some alternatives. This makes it especially valuable in contexts where trustworthiness and ethical considerations are paramount. Anthropic has made AI safety and ethics central to Claude's development, not just as marketing, but as fundamental design principles. This approach, often referred to as AI alignment, aims to ensure that AI systems act in accordance with human intentions and values. The constitutional AI methodology I mentioned earlier represents Anthropic's practical approach to alignment. The company has published research papers detailing how they use a set of principles to guide Claude's behavior and responses. While the full constitution isn't public, Anthropic has shared some of its core principles, which include commitments to helpfulness, harmlessness, honesty, and respect for human autonomy. This constitutional approach manifests in several ways. First, Claude is designed to decline requests that could cause harm, spread misinformation, or enable illegal activities. However, unlike some systems that might simply refuse, Claude typically explains its reasoning and offers alternative assistance when possible. Second, Claude aims to be transparent about its limitations and uncertainties. When asked about topics beyond its knowledge or when dealing with ambiguous queries, it acknowledges these constraints rather than providing potentially misleading information. Third, Claude is designed to respect privacy and confidentiality. While it can process sensitive information to provide assistance, Anthropic has implemented measures to protect user data and prevent the system from revealing private information inappropriately. Fourth, Claude is built to avoid bias and discrimination. Anthropic has worked to reduce unfair prejudices in Claude's responses and to ensure it treats diverse topics and individuals with respect. This remains an ongoing challenge for all AI systems, but Claude's constitutional approach provides a framework for addressing these issues systematically. It's worth noting that these safety measures aren't perfect. Researchers and users have found ways to circumvent some of Claude's guardrails, highlighting the ongoing challenges in AI alignment. Anthropic has been relatively transparent about these limitations, acknowledging that creating truly aligned AI is a difficult, iterative process. What sets Anthropic's approach apart is their apparent commitment to advancing safety research alongside capabilities research, treating them not as separate concerns, but as fundamentally interconnected aspects of responsible AI development. The conversational AI space has become increasingly competitive, with major players including OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, formerly Bard, Grok, DeepSeek, Meta's Llama models, Perplexity, and others. How does Claude compare in this crowded field? Let's look at some key differentiators. Context window. Claude's ability to process up to 100,000 tokens gives it an advantage for tasks involving lengthy documents or extended conversations. While competitors have expanded their context windows, Claude was early to offer this capability at scale. Constitutional approach. While all major AI companies emphasize safety, Anthropic's constitutional AI methodology represents a distinctive philosophical and technical approach to alignment. Conversational quality. Many users and reviewers note that Claude tends to produce more nuanced, thoughtful responses that acknowledge complexity rather than overly simplified answers. This makes it particularly valuable for exploratory discussions and complex topics. Instruction following. Claude is often praised for its ability to follow detailed instructions about response format, tone, and content, making it especially useful for specific professional applications. Transparency about limitations. Claude appears more willing than some competitors to acknowledge when it doesn't know something, or when a question falls outside its capabilities, potentially reducing the risk of hallucinated or misleading information. Of course, Claude has its limitations as well. Its knowledge cutoff means it lacks information about very recent events. Some users report that it can sometimes be overly cautious in domains where other AI systems might provide more direct assistance. And while its reasoning capabilities are strong, there are still complex tasks where human expertise remains essential. The competitive landscape continues to evolve rapidly, with new models and capabilities announced regularly. What's particularly interesting is how different AI assistants are developing distinctive personalities and approaches, offering users more choices based on their specific needs and preferences. As we've explored throughout this video, Claude represents a fascinating development in the AI landscape, not just for its technical capabilities but for what it suggests about the future direction of conversational AI. What makes Claude particularly significant is Anthropic's attempt to address one of the fundamental challenges in AI development: how to create systems that are both highly capable and reliably aligned with human values and intentions. While no approach is perfect, Claude's constitutional methodology offers one possible path forward as AI systems become increasingly powerful. For users and organizations considering adopting conversational AI, Claude offers a compelling option that balances impressive capabilities with thoughtful limitations. Its strengths in natural conversation, document analysis, and instruction following make it particularly valuable for professional applications ranging from content creation to customer support. Looking ahead, we can expect continued rapid development in this space. Anthropic has demonstrated a commitment to iterative improvement, releasing increasingly capable versions of Claude while refining its approach to safety and alignment. As the competition intensifies among major AI labs, this pace of innovation is likely to accelerate. What remains to be seen is how these systems will reshape our relationship with technology and information. Will conversational AI assistants like Claude become trusted collaborators in our daily work? Will they fundamentally change how we access and process information? And how will society adapt to these new capabilities? These are questions without simple answers, but by understanding systems like Claude, their capabilities, limitations, and guiding philosophies, we can participate more meaningfully in shaping this technological future. Thanks for joining me for this exploration of Claude AI. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. What aspects of conversational AI would you like to see covered in future videos? Let me know.